Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Yashimai from the GMS Atlanta camp. Before I get into this message, I want to start off by giving all praises, all glory, and all honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rukwakwidash. And I want to send double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone whom will teach well. There's going to be an overview on Revelation 17. And again, I want to send double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone because, it's through our elders and apostles whom Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has used as vessels on earth to be able to return unto us, Israelites, so-called blacks, natives, and Hispanics. He's used our elders and apostles to give us back our heritage and to show us what's to come, which in return, it gives us hope. So, with that said, let's get straight into it. This is Revelation 17, and when it says, "And there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters." So, John had the vision, and just to prove that this whore is talking about America, let's jump down to verse 15. It says, "And he saith unto me, The waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations." So the vision that John is seeing it's a vision of a woman sitting on many waters, and the angel is telling her the waters are people, okay? And just alone through that, I'm going to pose a question, who sits over all of the nations right now? Who sets the global policy? Who controls the entire world? Now, I know that there may be some simple-minded people or even some scoffers saying, well, there's different countries, really. Well, no, it boils down to one country, and that country is America. Because any country that doesn't go along with the policies of America, they get sanctions put upon them, right? And we also know that America performs coups. We know that America sits on many waters because, it's got, I think it's got like 750 bases in 80 different countries that we know about, Matter of fact, let's go ahead and Google that. It says, how many, right here, it says right here. When you Google, it says there are 750 U.S. military bases in at least 80 countries, And so these are 750 bases that we know about, How many more bases are there that we don't know about? So this whore sits on many waters and is through governing, and it's through its military power. Okay, and then real quickly, who can't it be? It can't be China, it can't be Russia, and I bring these two names out because we always see in the media how America tries to paint them as a threat. They are not the threat, and they are not Babylon. They don't sit on many waters. China doesn't control the world. Russia doesn't control the world. They don't set global policy. They don't have the power to sanction them. Only America has the power. America is this whore. Okay? But let's continue on. Verse 2 says, "With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication." And so what is that fornication? Because it's not talking about actual sleeping with them, Fornication, we know that the Israelites, we committed fornication with the other nations by taking after their customs, following after their idols, and according to Jeremiah 17:4, we discontinued our heritage because of that. Well, these countries, these other nations, have committed fornication with this whore. How? By taking after the ways of America. They've made deals with America to further the agenda that America is in control of, right? How many times do we see these G7 meetings, or these G20 meetings, or summit meetings, or even meetings at the UN, right? Or even presidents going from one country onto the other, making deals with America. That is how these countries commit fornication, with this place, and furthermore, we see proof of this. We see proof of the fornication that these countries have committed just by the clothing. Look at every major person. Look at every so-called elite in each country. They all take after the Edomite. They all take after the business suit. They got that tie on. They got their dress shoes. I mean, look at Xi Jinping. Look at Vladimir Putin. Two completely different countries, right? Look at look at Mexico. Three completely drastically different cultures, different locations on the globe. But what do the elites do? They take after the customs of this whore, right? So them committing fornication with her and being drunk off the wine, the wine is the policy, Everyone wants to be like America. And as we get further in, we are going to see that this is an attractive woman, and so she comes to these countries, and these countries see who this woman is, and they want to be just like her, right? And so they take after her policy, her wine. The wine spoken about here is policy. And what is that wine? Equal rights. Women can vote. The rainbow agenda. That is the wine of America. So let's continue on. It says, verse 3, it says, "So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns." So he sees this woman riding on a beast. Scarlet goes into red, right? But she's on top of this beast system. So she's in control of this beast system. So Babylon, America, is in control on the top of this beast. Now, who is this beast? Well, this beast, these 7 heads are the NATO nations, and the 10 horns are the European Union, the EU. And this whore sits on top of them, man, because this whore, America, dictates. Though they all be in league with one another, who writes the policy? Who pushes the agenda? Who controls the banking system? So, so that one should be pretty simple for those that have an ear to be able to understand, right? Let's get verse 4. It says, "And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness for her fornication." So, purple goes into royalty, right? And that's exactly how America presents herself, right? For a while, though we're starting to see the decline of America on the global stage, for a while, America was treated as a royalty, right? People rolling out the red carpet. It just came out. I just saw it last night, but Biden, he went to one of these summits, and now instead of America sitting at the front for the photo op, they got America sitting in the back, man. But prior, matter of fact, there's a famous video of Trump busting through these other leaders at, I think it was a G7, but he busts through to make sure that he gets in front of the camera, to show his dominance, man. But it's too late. America's falling, right? But what I'm saying is that the purple goes into royalty, man, because these people have been royalty for the past century, right? But this is Psalm 73 and 3. It says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked." And the reason I bring that up is because it also says that, she was decked with gold and precious stones, man. So again, she's an attractive woman. She's got royal garments, right? She's got riches, right? They matter of fact, if we skip down, it says, "Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world; they increase in riches." And we know Babylon, is the richest city, richest country out there. And I can already hear some people saying, "Well, they're not that rich." They are rich through the control that they have on the funds and the commodities of other countries that they have puppet governments in, man. They are the richest, okay? But we see this attractive woman in royalty with riches, right? And so everyone wants to be like this woman. And, again, that's why these people have committed fornication with her. It seems as though this woman has it all, right? It seems, it says having a golden cup in her hand. So that, if you can picture that image, that golden cup looks, kind of like a pimp cup, kind of looks fancy and shit, right? People want to be like that, people want to have it. But it says inside that cup is full of abominations and filthiness, man, of her fornication. Because see, when these people committed fornication with her and got drunk off the wine, man, that wine looked good. It was in that golden cup, kind of like how we see these fancy ass liquor bottles. They got all neat, crystally designed, bottles and shit. It looks good, but half the time, man, that that liquor be tasting like shit, man. And that's exactly what America has done. They have a golden cup and everything looks good, but inside that golden cup is trash. And people are starting to discover that this wine is trash. They're finally starting to taste the sour aftertaste, right? And it seems like this whore has it all, right? She's got the cup, but no, man. This is Romans 9 and 17, because it seems like this bitch is never gonna fall. But this is Romans 9 and 17. It says, "For the scripture says unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth." You see, just as Pharaoh was built up to be taken down, so that all of the nations would know who our power was, this whore has also been built up, and the Most High has allowed her to increase, right? According to Genesis 27, we know that Esau Edom has the blessing of the fatness, right? But the Most High has allowed him to continue to prosper, so that when this kingdom falls, his name will be magnified. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's in Ezekiel 36. Matter of fact, let's quickly get it. Because the Most High has to do this for his name to be glorified, right? Let me see. It's the breath, and that's how prophesy, swallowed up. Okay, right here. People to be renewed, scatter them, and when they enter, Lord. And I will sanctify. Right here it says, Ezekiel 36:23 says, and I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, says the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. And how's he going to be sanctified? He's going to be sanctified by taking this great kingdom down, man. Right? Let's get back into, I think we're in verse 5 here. But it says, it says, and upon her forehead was a name written. So on the name of this whore, she's got a name. Mystery Babylon, the great mother of harlots and the abominations of the earth. Right? So, when you take these characters and you apply them in the Paleo Hebrew, the values of all these characters, they add up to 666, which we know is the mark of the beast, according to Revelation 13, right? And, apart from that, too, that's first and foremost. But apart from that, too, man, how many times have we watched news or seen tweets of these people showing us who they are? During the 19 lockdowns, it was 6 feet apart. What's that? Walt Disney insignia is, it's like a 666. There's a famous video of Biden talking about a bill, and he says that bill is going to pass whether it passes in 6 minutes, 6 days, or 6 months. 666. These people are consistently telling you who they are. And I mean, Elon Musk is a perfect example. He's here in America, and he's trying to introduce this chip to America first and foremost. We don't see again, who can't it be? We don't see Russia doing this shit. We don't see any other country that controls the world pushing this shit, man. We don't see it. This whore is America, right? Let's continue on. Verse 6, it says, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. The blood of the saints are Israelites first and foremost, because this bitch is drunk off the blood of Israelites. This bitch has slaughtered the Native Americans. She slaughtered the Southern Kingdom through the transatlantic slave trade and through slavery itself. She slaughtered the Aztec Empire, right? And first and foremost, that's why judgment is coming, because you touch the apple of the Most High's eyes, man. It says, with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. Right. It says, and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua, and the martyrs of Yahushua is going back into the ancient times. Those prophets that were martyred because of this truth, man. But then it says here, it says, and when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. Right, now, let's get that word admiration here. Let's get the word admiration, because it was Revelation 17. Oh, Salakia 20 and 7. 117, Salakia. 17, admiration. Now, when we get that word admiration, that word is thosma. And that's a wonderful thing, to wonder, or a marvel, or to wonder exceedingly. So John was taken back. He saw this whore riding on this beast, and he's like, damn. He's taken back. He's in wonder, man. And again, it could be that he saw an attractive woman, right? because this book describes this whore as decked out with all kinds of stones in purple, and she's riding a fucking beast, man. I mean, there's fucking 1990s rock albums covers of this kind of shit, right? He's like, damn, right? But look, let's get real quick, because we're gonna get back into this admiration, but really quickly let's get a quick precept proving that the saints are the Israelites, right? So this is Psalms 148, 13 and 14 says, let them praise the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, for his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and heaven. Okay? He also exalts the horn of his people. Now, who are his people? His people are the Israelites. Okay? So he exalts the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints. So his people are the Israelites, even the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? So when you go back to Revelation 17 and 6, you know, it says the woman was drunken with the blood of the saints. She's not drinking the blood of the saints, man, but she spilled the blood of the saints, right? That's what it's talking about. You know, because, again, this bitch is being judged because she touched the apple of the Most High's eyes. You know, yes, she did touch the other heathen nations, but that's just an afterthought. You know, Scripture says, it is only ye have I known. You know, it's the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai was only put on Israel. This earth was only created for Israel. It wasn't created for many, right? This bitch is going into destruction because of us, all right? Everything else is an afterthought. But let's continue on. Verse 7, it says, and the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carries her, which has 7 heads and 10 horns. So the angel is asking John, why did you marvel, right? And the reason being is because at the time when John was given this vision, man, he didn't understand it, right? Because according to the book of Daniel, it says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. So see, Scripture here says that there were some mysteries that weren't given. And because John didn't understand who this woman was at the time, the angel asked him, like, why are you marveling? All right? Because he didn't know. Certain things have been locked up for us to know at the end times. You know, it says, at the end times, knowledge shall be increased, right? And now, you know, that's also why we give double honors to the elders and the apostles, because again, they are the vessels whom Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai used to give us these breakdowns, right? This is Amos 3 and 7. Surely the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai will do nothing, but he reveals his secret unto his servants, the prophets. And now he's poured out his spirit according to Ezekiel 37, right? He's poured out his spirit unto his people again, and now we're able to understand this, man. Look, I'm just gonna pause and say a quick side note, man. Revelations, the book of Revelations, man, most Christian churches stay away from this. I was in a church all of my teenage life, even up until maybe 4 or 5 years ago, man. I was going to church from when I was a teenager, man, and I can probably say that I heard Revelations preached maybe one time out of 20 plus years, man. So even other Christian churches, they stay away from this book because they can't get it, man. But see, the Most High has poured his spirit back onto his people. That's why Amos 3 and 7 says he reveals his secrets to his prophets, man. The fact that we're able to break this down because of the spirit, it shows you that we are at the end times, because you can wrap that back in together with Daniel 12. When knowledge increases, when we can finally understand certain things, that's how we know that we are at the end times, man. And we can understand this book, right? Let's continue on, though. It says, and the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and the beast that carries her, which has the 7 heads and the 10 horns, right? And so we know those 7 heads are NATO, and those 10 horns are the EU, right? The European Union. And so let's continue on. It says, verse 8, it says, the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is and is not and yet is. So let's go back and let's take that kind of piece by piece. So it says, the beast that thou sawest was and is not. What does that mean? That's the Roman Empire, because the Roman Empire was and then is not, because we know that it fell, right? And then and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit. We know that bottomless pit is Europe, and go into perdition. Perdition meaning destruction. So real quick, let's get Revelation 20:3 here. Let's just skip forward here. It says, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. So we know that this beast that was and is not is the same beast spoken about in Revelation 20, which is the Roman Empire. All right, because the Roman Empire fell, and it is because it's been revived. We are now in the revival of the Roman Empire, man. I already mentioned that the bottomless pit was Europe, right? And I mentioned the destruction about perdition. So again, all these things are being shown unto us now. It says the names written, let me see, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, they that behold the beast that was and is not and yet is, right? So again, it's talking about the revival of the Roman Empire. And the names written of the book in the book of life are first and foremost the elect, because that's who this message is going out for. It's for the elect. And second is for Israel, because not all of Israel is going to be saved. 2/3 of our people have to be destroyed because they just can't get it, man. The concrete has hardened. You cannot shake these people. So what do you do with concrete? If you mess up the form and it's already hardened, you got to break it. You got to start all over. And that's exactly what's going to happen with 2/3 of our people. They have to be destroyed, and then they have to come back again through reincarnation. But that's for a whole nother lesson. It says, let's continue on to verse 9. It says, and here is the mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains, one which the woman sits. So, we know mountains in the scriptures, when they're not talked about in the literal sense, mountains are a form of government structure or power, kingdoms, right? So this horse sits upon 7 kingdoms, right? She's at the top. She's in control. Verse 10, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. So those 7 kings, it says 5 of them are fallen. We know that to be Germania Minor, Germania Major, the French, the Greeks, and Spain, because these have already fallen, right? At this time, at this point in the mystery that is being shown unto John, right? And it says, and the other is not yet come. So the other which has not yet come was UK and Britain, right? The British Empire. It says he must continue a short space. And real quick, I do want to go back and then just read the first part. It says, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is. Which one is? Which one is at the time that this mystery was being given unto John? Rome. Okay? So the 5 that fell were Germania Minor, Germania Major, the French, the Greeks, and Spain. The one that is Rome, and the one that is to be was UK and Britain, right? Let's see here. Let's go down to verse 11. It says, and the beast that was and is not, again, this is Rome, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goes into perdition. So, like, I know, man, I'm going to say this, like, I know even just reading that is like, what? Because it's almost like a tongue twister, okay? So look, the answer is Rome, and the answer is America, okay? The beast that was, because Rome fell, and is not, because it now it's talking about America. No, the beast that was and is not is talking about Rome, because it was and then it fell. Even he is the 8th. So the 8th is America, but the 8th is a continuation of Rome with a new name, because it says, and is of the 7. And we know that 7th one to be the renewed Roman Empire. So the 8th being America comes from the 7th, and the 7th is the renewed Roman Empire, and it was and was not, because the Roman Empire fell around 400 AD, and it discontinued, but it came back. It came back through the Renaissance, but it came back through the Spaniards, it came back through the French, it came back through the British, and then back into the Roman Empire, and which ultimately leads into America, which is the same one. Scripture just told you the 8th is of the 7th, right? Let's continue on here to verse 12. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. And let's go ahead and get 13. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. So the 10 kings are the EU nations, right? It says, which have received no kingdom as yet, because though they are in league with this great horde, they're not in control, man. Because every nation can vote in their meetings, but if America votes, all that matters is how America votes, because you can have everyone vote no. If America votes yes, and it's only one vote, whatever America votes, that's what's going to happen. So that's what it's going into when it says that that they give their power and strength unto the beast, because they let America, Babylon the Great, dictate the global policy, man. And then furthermore, it states, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast, because though they have no power, though they don't have the kingdom right now, because Babylon has a kingdom, it says that they receive power 1 hour with the beast. So they know that these people know that they have a limited time, right? They have a limited time of rulership. And it says they receive power because in being aligned with America, all these nations get power. They get to trade. They don't have sanctions put on them. They don't have coups thrown on them. They get to somewhat be autonomous, right? They can kind of govern themselves within boundaries, as long as they don't stray from the major policies of America. But again, it says 1 hour with the beast, because these wicked bastards and these heathen nations that are over us right now, they know that they have a certain time. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2, verse 1. It says, for the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious. So again, going back into that 1 hour, our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. Verse 6, come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. So these people know that they only have 1 hour, which is a limited time to rule, because ultimately they understand that according to Daniel 7 and according to the book of Revelations, their kingdoms are going to fall, and Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to rule for eternity. So these people are in league with this whore. Okay? Let's get back to Revelation 17. And where were we at? We were at verse 14. We're almost done with this, so please bear with me, brothers. Hopefully this is edifying. It says, verse 14, it says, these, so again, these are the 10 kings, so these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. So the EU and this entire beast system is going to try to fight Yahushua when he comes back. These bastards are going to try to fight the fathership. These bastards, I mean, which is fucking ridiculous, man. I mean, that's like a baby fighting Mike Tyson, man. Like, you have no chance. Physically, you have no chance. Militarily, you have no chance. Most importantly, scripturally, you have no chance, man. But, you know, just to go, just to get a quick precept on this, this is Revelation 12 verse 7. It says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. So we know that war, we know that them making war with the Lamb is, again, them fighting with their armies, trying to fight these so-called UFOs, which in reality, these so-called UFOs, these are the armies of the Most High. These are the armies. I mean, I know it may be somewhat difficult when you first hear it, man, but we serve a spiritual power, man. We serve an awesome power. And, I mean, we serve a heavenly power. Wouldn't you expect a heavenly army? Now, if you could think of a heavenly army, wouldn't you expect a heavenly army to do things that would be impossible on earth? Such as defining G-forces, such as instant transportation. I mean, it sounds hard to get, but it's really easy to get. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue on. It's we read verse 14. It says, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. So this here is speaking about the elect. All right? The elect that have been sealed since the foundations of the earth, according to Ephesians 1 and 4. All right? Because yes, there are going to be angels that come with Yahushua, but this part here is talking about the elect. It says those that are called. Right? Let's get down to 15. It says, and he says unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. We already got this at the beginning. Again, America is that melting pot. And we know that there is one person from every country and every tongue in America. It's not the other way around. This place, this whore that sits on many waters, the melting pot is America. There's no getting around it. There's no getting around it geographically. There's no getting around it politically speaking. There's no getting around it when it comes to spilling the blood of the saints. There's no getting around it about the global dominance. Okay, this whore, because again, there's America has one person of every nation here. It's not the other way around. There isn't one person of every nation in Russia. There isn't one person of every nation in China. You know, and again, scripture calls for a big destruction of the nations. Even if there was one, you know, it doesn't compare to in number when compared to America. All right, let's get 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn with fire. So ultimately, the same 10 horns that are in league with this whore are going to be upset with this whore and are going to make war with her and going to destroy her. Okay? So there's going to be a rift. And, we're starting to see hints of that now because, we see Donald coming back into power. And first thing, he's talked about is either NATO has to pay their fair share, he says, and even Vance has talked about pulling out. So, what do you think is going to happen with these nations who have sold out their country and they don't have any defense? Because a lot of these countries that have joined league with this whore, they don't have a military base, man. They don't have an army. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Switzerland. They don't have a military, but they don't have it because they depend on America. So what do you think? How do you think these people are going to feel when they no longer have a defense? Because America is that defense, right? So it says, these shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn with her. Now, this can be one that, hopefully by now the Spirit has given you the understanding, but it says, burn her with fire. Ultimately, this place is going to be destroyed. It's all over Scripture. It says, this is 2 Peter 3:10. It says, but the day of the Most High will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. And again, the heavens is the rulership, because we know that according to Ecclesiastes, the earth abounds forever. But it says, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. What's that great noise? It's thermonuclear destruction. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So even elements themselves, oxygen, steel, everything is going to melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Right? So how else do you explain this? This is talking about thermonuclear destruction. Let's get one more. Let's get Isaiah. It's early morning and it's cold as shit. Isaiah 24:20. It says, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. Why is it going to shake? Because of all the power hidden in one continent, which is America. Other continents too, because Jerusalem has to be cleansed too. But it says the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. So again, it's not talking about the earth, the planet Earth ending. It's talking about a certain rulership ending. And it says it shall never be again, which we know that after this man is taken out of his position of power, he's never going to be brought back up. There is going to be no third revival. All right, this is it. But again, going back into Revelation, we just got 16. Let's get 17. It says, for the Most High has put it in their hearts, into whose heart? Those 10 horns that are going to hate the whore. For the Most High has put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, because that is his will. According to Obadiah, that's his will. Right? The destruction of Esau, Edom. That's his will, man. The Most High ain't all lovey-dovey, man. He's not. He's a man of war. Says he's put it in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree. The Most High is running game on these nations and agree. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Yeah. And give their kingdom unto the beast. He's tricking you nations out, man. Says until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled, man. So, again, this is the will of the Most High, man. Let's get a couple of scriptures proving that here. Let's get Proverbs 21:1. It says the king's heart is in the hand of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. That's right. So again, it's the Most High controlling these people, man. Let's get one more. And this is going to be an example. It says, this is Ezekiel 38:4. So this is the Most High speaking. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. Control. He's going to put hooks into your mouth and bring you. And I will bring thee forth. And all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. See, all of these nations are going to are going to come against Babylon the Great, and they're going to shoot their bows, man. Book of Second Ezra says, "Mighty is his right hand that bendeth the bow," man. Because again, even though it's the nations doing this, it's Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai doing this, and I do want to emphasize that this is being done on the right hand. It's not being done on the left hand. And if you can understand that, that's very important, because the left hand is wicked judgment, man. The right hand is righteousness, man. So this destruction is being done in the name of righteousness, okay? America has to be destroyed for shedding the blood of the saints, man. And it's going to be destroyed through thermonuclear missiles. Let's finish it up. Verse 18, "And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigns over the kings of the earth." So again, he just circled back. He said, don't forget that whore that you admired, which all of us, right now, we're all Gentiles. We at one point, we also admired this whore, just like John did, until the revelation was given to us, until the Spirit was breathed back into us. We admired this bitch, but this bitch has to be destroyed. Again, America is the whore. Who rules the world? Who controls the currency? Who makes policies for other nations? Who has the biggest sword, which is how they have their control? Who dictates the global policy? Who invented and had control over the petrodollar? Who decides what nations go to war with what other nations? It's none other than America, man. It's none other than America, because it ain't Russia and it ain't China. Anyways, I hope this lesson has been edifying. And with that, I say shalom.